Welcome back everyone to the Hello World guys. This is episode number 19 of the Unreal Engine beginner series, and in this video we are going to make the pickup system for our game. So in order to get started, I'm going to right click in the blueprints folder and I'm going to create a new blueprint class which is going to be basically called actor, and we are going to call this gun we are going to call this ammo pickup, because we are not actually having many pickups for our game. We are just going to use a basic pickup class which just deals with ammo, and like I'll make a more detailed tutorial on like pickups later maybe, but for now we are just going to have one ammo pickup. Alright, now in here we want to add a function called begin overlap event actor begin overlap. Now this happens when another actor basically overlaps with this one. So in here, if I we have got this default scene root which currently will not be visible obviously if I like put this here, then and I go under, if I go under like so if I like kind of go under add component and I add in a like sphere here, I guess this sphere is actually going to be visible, and you can see that this sphere is now visible in the scene, which looks awesome. And I'm going to also make this sphere a bit larger by adding it like I'm going to like do this and say 2. That makes the sphere twice as large. And how large is that actually when we play? Now that is a very large sphere. And actually that's way too large actually. Shouldn't be that large. 1 is fine pretty much, yeah. I guess yes, 1 is fine, and I'm going to make it a little lower as well. Now I'm going to select this sphere, then go under here in the collision, and instead of choosing block all dynamic, choose overlap all dynamic. Now this preset makes it that we will register the collision event. We will know when something has passed into this, but our player will be able to essentially go through this like that, but it will know that our player has gone through it, which is exactly what we actually want. So it knows when our player goes in it. So when it does that, we can take this other actor and we can cast it to a player. Okay, and if that works, then what we can do is, that means that we collided with the player, then I can go ahead and say increase ammo. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and say set the ammo for the player, and what we are going to set the ammo to. Well, if I open up the player, let me open up the player. We have got basically like this thing, so I'm going to basically copy this here, and we are going to add 10 to this. So what we are going to add 10 to, we are going to basically get the ammo. Okay, we are going to get our ammo, then we are going to add 10 to that ammo that we got, and then we are going to take it and we are going to basically set the ammo to that. And if I hit play now, what you should see that currently my oh, here is it. My ammo is 10, I pass through it, it becomes 20, I go through it again, 30, and let me do this. Okay. Yeah, and my ammo keeps increasing by 10 each time I go through this, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, so that basically works, and this is now in a basic ammo pickup essentially. You can change the color of this if you want to using materials. I'm not going to do, actually I'm going to go ahead and try to change this to what is this? Oh yeah, that's okay. Basically we are going to set this to, but you can set it to whatever you want. There are a bunch of different materials here. You can see there are different materials. I'm actually going to set this, you can set this to whatever you like. If I go under like my starter content and then materials inside of here, you can see we've got a bunch of nice materials, and I think that this should be something interesting looking. So I'm going to set it to the let's say, okay, I'm going to set it to technology tile hacks basically. So tech, yeah, that's tech panel. What does that look like? Okay, that looks like this, but we are not going to have it as tech panel, we are going to put it as tech hex style, which looks like this in the game. In the game it will look like this. So yeah, that looks pretty awesome. So that should be enough for that. And now what we can do is we have basically got a working system, and you can like remove this queue thing, and now this works. Now basically this works, but we want this to be able to like destroy actor. We are going to use a destroy actor function to actually destroy this actor once we collect it. So the game starts, I got 10 ammo, I collect this and I get 20 ammo, and then everything disappears. And what we will do is we will make it so that it will appear after a specific amount of time. If we are going to now, in order to actually do that, what you will have to kind of do is you will have to have similar to like the enemy spawner. We will have to have so I'm going to add an actor here, and I'm going to call this ammo pickup spawner. Okay, now that is pretty awesome, and we've got this ammo pickup spawner. And what we are going to do with this essentially is that we are going to take this and put this in the scene, and we are going to go under details and put this at 0, sorry, and put this at 0 like that. And then we are going to delete this ammo in the scene, and now we are going to make this ammo pickup actually do the ammo collection. And now in order to actually do that, I'm going to go under the event picker. I'm actually going to open up my enemy spawner as well, and I'm basically going to copy a lot of this, but not like all. I'm not going to copy the array part. I'm going to copy everything else from the top and the bottom as well. And then I'm going to go in here, I'm going to select this, I'm going to delete it, and I'm going to paste that. And it cannot spawn enemy, create matching functions, and confirm, and that should basically do whatever what we want it to. Yeah, that works. And okay, that's a bit of a problem. Error, whatever. Okay, let's compile again. Okay, let me rename this to okay, that's a bit of a problem. Let me just delete this. Okay, now there is a error here because we have not provided our transforms. In order to do that, just go ahead and say make transform, and that should allow you to put a location, rotation, and scale in order to actually make a transform. And in here we have got a variable here, and we are going to just create that variable, and that should fix all the errors that we were getting. Okay, so I'm going to change this spawn enemy to spawn pickup. Okay, and instead of spawning enemy, we are going to spawn ammo pickup. And where are we going to spawn this? Now this is going to be interesting. So if you know, I had this ammo pickup, and I had this at approximately a location of 120 on the Z. So I'm going to go in here, and for the Z location I'm going to set 120. Now as our game is basically carried out on a flat plane, we can actually use some random mathematics to make this appear wherever we want from all of this area. And in order to what I actually mean by that is let's consider that if I select this nav mesh area, you can see that I can go to this. By the way, I'm going to go ahead in the nav mesh mount volume, and I'm going to increase the scale of this quite a bit, so that it covers the whole thing basically. So you can see this goes back as much to minus 2400. Okay, we can like make it go to minus 2400, and we are going to select minus 2400 on this axis, and basically you can have 2400 on that axis as well, and you should make it in the absolute corner. So what we are going to do is we are going to right click on the location, and you are going to use split struct pin. That gives you 3 separate pins. Now for the Z we have got 120. We are going to basically go in and say random float in range. Now this allows you to give it a range. I'm going to give it a range between minus 2400 and 2400, and minus 2400 is this, and if you say just 2400, it will be on that corner exactly, which is what we want. By the way, I'm going to select this, and I'm going to increase its location on the Y a bit as well. Yeah, unlock it. Okay, that's better. So this makes sure that now what we can do is we can take this and plug this in X, and we are going to use another one to generate another value. The reason we cannot use the same node is because it will have the same value for the X and Y if we do that, and we are going to use separate nodes that will give us separate random values. And now this should allow us to basically have okay, so that spawns. Okay, oh, and that's a bit weird. Okay, let me just go here. It's giving us an error. We are going to show message log, and we are going to check where it's giving the error. We are giving an error in spawn default controller. We need to remove all of this spawn default controller stuff, and then we are going to use the set timer by event thing, and we are going to do this. Yeah, so we are going to do this, and for the time I'm going to have it be at 1.05, so that it decreases a little slower, and for by default this time variable is going to be like 3 seconds, or not really 3 seconds, it's going to be somewhere like 5 seconds, and it's going to decrease by a very small rate. And you can see that that does spawn and I go ahead and collect it, and then another one does spawn, and it spawns somewhere completely different. Yeah, and if I go there, oh, there is another one that has spawned on the other place basically, and there is another one that has spawned there now, and you can see it's basically spawning not in the middle of the scene at all, which is kind of annoying considering that I want it to spawn in the middle, and it's now spawning on that place and there. So basically this is a completely random, it will spawn at different places, and you need to go ahead and collect it from wherever it has spawned. So yeah, this is pretty awesome, and you can also use this system for the enemies to have a better kind of way. So yeah, you can do that, and this is pretty much it for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video in which we'll add more stuff to our game. Because it's almost complete, we need to add a couple of finishing changes, so we'll do that. Make sure to like and subscribe, and also share this video with other people, and bye.